My name is Noor Dawi. I'm a British Pakistani and a Muslim Zionist. There's no contradiction in my identity. Zionism simply means belief in the right of the Jewish people to self-determination in their ancient homeland. But I was not always a Zionist. I was raised to be deeply anti-Israel as part of my Muslim identity. I went to Al-Quds marches which featured Hamas and Hezbollah supporters. However, I had never actually met an Israeli or a Jew, but in 2014, I started to investigate things for myself, rather than just accept what I had been told, and my entire perception of Israel changed. In 2014, the Israeli Defense Forces were fighting against Hamas in Gaza. This was not a one-sided war, but a defense of the Jewish state when they faced indiscriminate rocket and tunnel attacks. I saw a clear moral distinction. Israel was targeting terrorists. Hamas was targeting civilians. Israel sought to minimize civilian casualties. Hamas sought to maximize them, even on their own side. I instinctively supported what I knew was the truth. I now proudly stand with the Jewish people and the state of Israel. The Jewish people is irrationally despised by much of the Muslim world because of their race, religion, and country. I now realize that Jews and Israelis are one of the most peace-seeking nations in the world. They have always been forced to defend their state since her establishment in 1948. History shows that Israel has not only defended herself in battle, but offered peace and territorial concessions to the very neighbors that once called for her destruction. It has been proven time and time again that Israel is ready to exchange disputed land so long as her enemies agree to indefinite peace. Israel has made many more compromises that has been rejected by the Palestinians and other neighboring Arab states. I have studied these wars. I have researched the entire conflict in my research. I have exchanged my views with hundreds of pro-Israel and anti-Israel colleagues throughout my intellectual journey. It is remarkable that I have ended up where I am today. As a Muslim of Pakistani descent who is also a religious Salafi, I have finally accepted the ideology of Zionism, which I believe to be based on peace, acceptance, and dialogue. Zionism is a peaceful ideology which should lead others to accept the reality of Israel as a legal and legitimate state for the Jewish people. Muslims should not fear or malign the political ideology of Zionism. They should not fan the flames of religious hatred or sectarian conflict. My support for Zionism has never stood in the way of my religious rituals as a practicing Muslim. I continue to seamlessly combine both of these political and religious identity as a Muslim Zionist. The political ideology of Zionism does not conflict with the faith of Islam, because Islam itself supports the guiding principle of Zionism, the right of the Jewish people to the Jewish state of Israel in the Holy Land. A close reading of the Quran shows that Islam supports the idea of the Jewish state. Allah said in the Holy Book of the Quran, chapter number 5, verse number 21, O my people the Jews, enter the Holy Land, which God has assigned unto you. And also in chapter number 17, verse number 104, and we said to the children of Israel afterwards, scatter and live in all over the world. And when the end of the world is near, we will gather you again into the promised land. The Palestinian refusal to accept the Jewish state is a refusal of a Quranic right even to the people of Israel. Palestinians who refuse to engage in the peace process are extremists and fanatics. Israel has never posed threat to the Muslim world, especially the Arab world. It was the Arab world that always started wars against Israel. Thankfully, the Arab countries of the Gulf are slowly realizing that Israel is not an enemy, but a partner for regional peace and cooperation. The Palestinians must soon realize that it is in their religious, social, and political interest to accept Israel as a Jewish state. Only then would they feel safe and exercise full equality and human rights as 1.8 million Israeli Muslims currently do. There is no solution to this conflict through war, hate and terrorism, but through peace, love, and mutual understanding. If both nations accept a peace agreement, the time will come when both nations will live side by side as a shining example to the whole world. Then we shall know the true meaning of the book of Isaiah, where the prophet proclaims, "And he shall judge between the nations, and reprove many peoples, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift their swords against nation, neither shall they learn war in